trying something different. Hello fellow gunners, Tim here at the reloading bench. Went to the range this morning. On the first of this video, I showed you trying to do something different with tumbling my brass. Instead of using the dry tumble or shaking and rubbing and cleaning the brass with my hand, I decided to throw it in the dry tumbler in a bottle. See if that worked. And it didn't do too bad a job. I don't know. Yeah, you can see it right here. You can see where the brass rotated and rotated and rotated while it was vibrating. And left little rings in the finish. Also, I threw a handful of 40s in there. Come out pretty good. Threw in a couple 357s. They came out pretty good. $9mm. You can see, I can get the shine off of it. You can kind of see where it's set, yeah, right there. Set and rotated. So if it had some media in it, it wouldn't have that rotating. But they're clean, and that's all that matters. Well, to get into the range session, I was shooting before we get into the target, let's talk about the rifle. I took a CVA Hunter 223 Remington. This is a scope that came on it. You can see it right there. It's a package deal. Got it at Academy Sports back a year and a half ago. Seems right. Yeah. Might be close to 2 years now, really. I really like this little compact rifle. It's a 20-inch barrel. Got a short pull. I think it's like 14. Of course, my measuring tape's in the floor over there where I don't want to reach it. But I think it's a 14.5-inch pull. It's a hinge gun. I think you all knew that. Got a recessed target crown. Doesn't shoot too bad. I think I have issues though when it barrel warms up, it tends to open up. And with a 223, it gets hot pretty quick. All right, now we can talk about the loads that we done today. Making paper so big. Started out with the 50 grain VMAX with IMR 4166, 25.5 grains. All these were shot at 50 yards. This was my first cold barrel group I've shot. The Z-Max. It's about 1 inch and 11/16. 6.8. Yeah. And then I shot these 3 groups. 8.8 grains of green dot, 9 grains of unique, and 20 grains of IMR 3031. I've got a little key here showing you which ones are which. See, here's a green dot, and then there's a green dot over here, and a green dot over here. And these minus, there's the unique. There's the 5 right here. And then up here's the 30-31s. And this one here is 21 grains of IMR 4166. And as you can tell, there's one here. There's one here, one here. Oh, is that it for the 4166? Yeah, I think so. It just got these loads here are the loads that operated the Mini 14. And this 30-31. The 30-31 had a pretty good group. Let's see. There. An inch, 0.6. The unique was the best at an inch, 0.33. The green dot was almost 3 inches. So I probably won't be using the green dot. It's a little big, especially at 50 yards. Actually, this inch and 11/16 group with the Z-Max 50 grain bullet is unacceptable. That should be going through one hole at 50 yards. I'll be working on that. I'll try and get that lined out. But these are the 55 grain Lee bullets. These are the only jacketed bullets I used. The rest of them are cast. But like I was saying, these are the ones that functioned the Mini 14 the other day during my loading session. But they're just everywhere, guys. I've got some here and over here and one way. Where's it at? Over here. And here. 2 here and 1 here and 1 there. I'll work on them, but I don't know. I think that's a little too fast for that bullet. None of these bullets have gas check. They're without gas check. They're all powder coated. The reloader dude put a video out today. And he's shooting his AR and was using the Lee bullet, but he was using gas checks. And he had a group, you can probably cover it with your thumb, at 15 yards. I didn't catch the powder he was using. But he was really happy with his. I'll have to review that video again to see what he was using. But kind of happy with the unique. Now the unique will not function a AR at all. It won't do it. But I like the charge. And I've showed you this target before. I think it's about a 2 1/4 inch group. I was using 22 grains of the IMR 4320. Now, if anybody's familiar with that powder, it's really a slow powder. And I've always been told that if you shoot cast bullets in anything, you really want a faster powder to build the pressure faster. But this kind of proves that you really don't need fast powder. Now, this is just as good a load as what was 1 to 2 inches? Oh, the green dot. Well, actually, the 30-31 was better than this, quite a bit better. But I'd say a half grain more with this powder nip. Three of them functioned the action on the Mini 14, and 2 of them didn't. I'd say a half grain more on this, and there'd be no problem. It'd probably function. You'd probably shoot just a tight group, or maybe even better. So I don't know if I'm going to go to that or go with I might just stick with the 30-31. That's what I got on the 223. just to get into a little terminology here and identifying your components. People, this is a bullet. It's not a head. Never been called a head. I don't know where you guys are coming up with that being a head. It's a bullet. It's always been called a bullet. The primer is not an igniter. It's a primer. It's always been called a primer. This is a shell, or brass, or a hull. It's not a body. I just had to get that off my chest. And when you put them all together, when you have a primer and a casing and powder and a bullet, it's called a cartridge. Or you can call it a round even. But this is not a round. It's a bullet. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe. Get you in the next video.